All right, here we go. We're back, like I promised, with Pitt number 2. Imagine that. Somebody in Indie Comics said something was going to be delivered on time, and it actually happened. Now, the first thing I want to point out is, obviously, as you can see, this January 93, July 93, big 7-month gap, while fans of Pitt, issue 1, had to wait for Pitt issue 2. And the first thing you're going to notice here, inks by Joe Rubinstein and Scott Williams. Colors are by Joe Chiodo. Over here, Dale Keown, he did his own inks. And it was a much darker. The ink pen flowed heavily. He emptied his ink pot, that's for sure. And this is much more bright, much more colorful. Another thing you'll notice is this is printed on newsprint. This is to the glossy stock that became a standard in 1993. And so the colors are going to be much more brighter because we have different inkers. And I actually prefer the darker inks of issue number 1. I think it serves the character a lot better to have these darker inks, whereas in Pitt number 2 it kind of becomes a little more cartoonish. I mean, it's still Dale Keown's amazing pencils, but without these really dark inks, it takes on a different tone. And we're going to go through it. So we got these chumps in the pump you up shirts robbing a bank. Pretty simple, pretty basic. And the narration is a detective questioning a woman who was late that day for the bank. And as the robbers run out, this idiot in the front takes his mask off because, oh, well, we're clear of the cameras. But sure enough, here's this gal arriving at the bank late. She freezes, sees the face, and they kidnap her and put her in the back of their van. And as they argue, here comes Pitt on a motorcycle. Why is he riding a motorcycle? I don't know. He just is. He tears the back doors off of the van, comes in, gets shot right in the head, but it doesn't really have any effect on him. Grabs the guy, says, "My hand!" and grabs the girl and pulls her out. "My hand!" It's actually a really nice 2-page spread. Dale Keown's awesome. But you can see it's much more colorful than that first issue. And so it just kind of gives it a different vibe, a different tone, like I was saying. Here's the bad guys from the back of issue 2 coming in. But really they're nobody. They bust the hell out of the subways. And this giant pillar of concrete falls on Jack, one of the detectives who's, on the case of Pitt. And the female, Haras, she just comes and lifts it right up. And he's like, "It must weigh a couple of tons. Must be the adrenaline. They say in times of stress, the body releases adrenaline, giving us superhuman strength." "Adrenaline, my ass. That was friggin' weird." Yeah, there's more to her than meets the eye, eh? And then you have Pitt climbing a building like he's King Kong, and Jerub is talking to him. Jerub is the voice that lives in his head. If you haven't watched the Pitt 1 review we did, you really need to go watch that. We went through the whole thing. "There is much hostility on this planet. I can handle it. Yes, the epidermal damage you sustained seems to have closed up completely. Do you see through my eyes as well? I can sense all of your biological functions. How long will you be a stowaway in my consciousness?" "As long as it takes to elevate to the next level. I am a Chakran child, and you, Pitt, are a Creed hybrid, but you are also much more." "Meaning?" "There is another on this planet whose human genetic characteristics are identical to yours."
"The boy from my original intersection point."
"Then you knew."
"I'm not sure. No, this is not conceivable. I am a Creed hybrid, a warrior."
"You are also half human."
"How is this possible?"
"This is a long and involved story, suffice it to say. Genetic splicing was involved. Pitt, your primary function here on Earth would have been to reproduce Creed humans, but that mission has been aborted. Timmy is in grave danger. We must reach him before the Creed bounty hunters secure his position."
"But why do they not come for me?"
We are shielded from their probable detection by way of light particle bombardment. Timmy is not.
So the Earth boy becomes the prey.
The bounty hunters are not aware of who their target is. They will be tracking by homing in on your genetic imprint. Nothing more. We may already be too late. Meanwhile, in Connecticut, at Timmy's grandpa's house,
Not too many cookies, Timmy. You'll spoil your supper.
Okay, Grandpa.
early this morning, Times Square was the scene of a devastating confrontation between police and what appeared to be three superpowered beings. On location is roving reporter Bob Upsting. Bob? Thank you, Mary. We've got a bird's eye view of the black hole, which the SPBs reportedly created. Experts now believe there is some type of correlation between this occurrence and strange lights seen in the subway tunnels last week. Timmy's dunking that Chips Ahoy. I know that one.
DNA lock confirmed. Extirpate subject.
They just burst through. Just come and get Timmy.
What in tarnation? Call 911!
What? And they grab Grandpa.
Let him go. It is time you met your true target.
Gash. Just tears up this rock monster. There's a lot of green and orange going on in these colors, Joe Chiodo. A lot of green, a lot of orange.
You were sent here to kill me. So what are you waiting for? Kill me.
Discordant data. Identical DNA pattern. Target reassessment. Locked. You are the traitor. You have been sentenced by the Creed High Council. It is futile to resist.
Complete your mission.
Prepare for death. Brack, 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 brack.
Boom! Shot to the dome right there.
No. They didn't tell you. They didn't tell you it was me you were hunting.
It's just like melted his face off, but he's still going because he's Pitt.
Fools. Had they told you, you wouldn't have signed your own death warrants.
He punches his head off. Look at that. Boom! Punched the head right off. I've done that to a guy before.
It's you! From the subway. And my dreams. You thrashed the nasty bad guys. That saved my grandpa and me. Awesome! But I don't get it. Why did those bad dudes want to kill us?
It was a misunderstanding.
Huh? What do you mean?
This must all be very confusing to you, Timmy.
Who said that?
My name is Jerub. Pitt and I are in a state of shared consciousness.
You mean there's two of you in there?
I am in the form of transient energy. I exist within Pitt's subconscious mind. I am able to transmit my thoughts to others, just like in the subway. Youngblood issue 4, Pitt's first appearance. They plugged the crap out of that in these first 2 issues of Pitt.
It's okay, Grandpa. They're a friend.
They?
Now is not the time for this discussion. Earth authorities are on their way here.
We must leave you now. I regret the intrusion on your lives.
It's okay. I'm insured. Just got your entire wall busted down and your roof broken off.
By giant monsters, but you've got insurance, so cool. Oh, then we jump to outer space, and some other stuff's going on here. I don't want to spoil this for you. I do not want to spoil... Oh, Super Patriot, he'll blow you away. Yes, he will. I do not want to spoil Pitt for you, because I think you would enjoy reading this series. Well, there's one thing I want to show you in the back here. I thought that was pretty cool. No, it's not that. Boom, Gen X. Art by Jeffrey Scott. You ever seen anything by Jeffrey Scott? I think you might know him by another name. J. Scott Campbell. Ring a bell? Yeah, back in the day, he was just Jeffrey Scott. And he was going to make a book called Gen X. And then Marvel said, whoa, 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 kid. We have a book coming out called Generation X, and we're going to sue your pants off. So all of a sudden, Gen X became Gen 13. But this is one of those rare promo pieces right before the name change. You'll see these every once in a while in Image comics that came out during the first half of 1993. There are a few Gen X promos out there. Why they're all green, I can't answer that. I don't know what we were thinking here. This is Team Shamrock Shake, the first team from Ireland. I don't know. Anyway, Extreme 64-page quarterly. I don't know about this. I have to go look for that, I guess. So there we see the changes between Pitt 1 and 2, just as promised, right here on Crypto Comics. If you were a fan of Pitt, please tell me if you read this whole series in the comments below. I'm so curious to know if this kept improving over the years as far as the story goes. I know that the art is going to stay consistent because Dale Keown, obviously a master of the pencil. But I'm curious if the story ever kind of started to fall off. If I was to go pick up more issues, which issues should I get? So for those of you new to Crypto Comics, please subscribe, please hit that like button, hit that ding dong for notifications. And I will be back with more totally awesome comic book reviews and comic books of my own right here on Crypto Comics.
Legends of the Lone Wolf. 80-page full-color anthology. With your support, we will bring you a perfect-bound 80-page book of the highest quality. Everyone involved has donated their time and talent, and all the money will go to printing and shipping before any of the creators turn a profit. Unlike other anthology books, Legends of the Lone Wolf contains a 38-page feature-length supernatural story. That's nearly twice the size of a regular comic book. This campaign is the only way to get the variant aged edition of Lone Wolf's #1. This highly unique version of our first issue will be printed on a stunning aged newsprint and features a cover by the one and the only Muttman. So don't sit on your hands, Wolfomaniacs. You're gonna have to get out there and grab a copy for yourself. Ooh, yeah!